Hello, my lovely friends. This is Marta here. Welcome back. It's been a long time. I haven't posted any videos, and I am apologizing you for that very much. I've been missing you very much, and at the same time, I just wanted to say hi. I wanted to pop in. This is not the video I hadn't planned to post the next one, but I've decided to record something quickly just to say hi, just to let you know that I'm all good. I'm just in the process of reorganizing some things. As I've mentioned in my past videos, I need to do some changes in order to be able to keep myself in this crafting industry. I just need to reorganize some things, and once I'm gonna get through this process, I'll be back into a full swing of recording the videos. So please don't go anywhere, and I'm sorry I've been not able to post as much, but it will be, hopefully it will be back to a normal posting shortly. Now, my friends, I had a live classes yesterday. This was on the crafting together with all the brands group on the Facebook, and I've created that lovely card which I was sharing with you at the beginning of the video. And because I already had those flowers, which you can see on the top left corner, and also some frames, I had everything out after this last night live I was doing. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna turn my camera on and record a quick card just to say hi, and just to play a little bit, create another card for you, and just to let everyone know that this is just a little break I'm taking from YouTube. Now I'm starting off from doing the background, and this is the one of my favorite techniques. It's never failing me. I'm just smearing the inks on the glass mat and sprinkle them with water, and then tapping my paper. I did very lightweight wash. As you can see here, it's hardly visible, but believe me, it's there. And once you look on a camera, on a card, after it's done, like in a real life or on a close-up for us, you will see later on, this is very visible. It's just a very pale color, but I wanted to keep it this way because I want to create something nice and bright. And I feel like this pop-up color is just something what I needed for this card. Now I'm using my heat tool just to speed up the heating process. I did a couple of the splatters, and the paper I'm using here, this is the linen cardstock. So on top of this beautiful watercolor wash, I'm also getting that little bit of the linen texture on the paper, and this is just looking fabulous. Now here I have the very old stamp, and I was actually planning to check today when once I finish recording the video. I was checking because I couldn't remember which issue of the Creative stamping I have it from, and this is this big A4 size stamp set I was playing with yesterday. So I've put the name on the Google, and I actually, fun thing I discovered is that this is the issue number 67 of Creative stamping. So whoever's got the magazine, you probably have the stamp set. But for those of you, my friends, who doesn't have it, there is a digital version of this stamp set which is available on the craft world. And I only find out about this today when I was actually checking the magazine issue. So I will give you a link down below in the description area for those of you who would like to have this stamp set in digital form. Then you can download it from the craft world. Now I'm getting myself a card base. This is gonna be a DL size card, which is 4 inches wide. So I scored that 4 inches, folded half, and then I've cut off the remaining bit. Now I am gonna be cutting this piece, and this was made from the square. I was creating a card project which I can't share with you yet, but I was creating this project when I was cutting those squares. So that's why I had a bunch of those linen cardstock 8x8, almost 8x8, because I think they 7 3/4 the squares were. So that's why I color it, and now I've cut it so I have this nice white border. I've took the remaining piece of the white card which was left after me creating the DL size card base, and I ran it through embossing folder. And this is the Creative Expression embossing folder called Eternity. It's quite old, so I'm not sure if that one is still available, but it's A4 size embossing folder. And if you don't have anything like that, you can place your paper on a scoring board and just create a couple of the lines. They will still look very, very elegant, and something, you know, just a little bit texture to help the paper stand out from the card base. Now I am adhering this piece to my card base using the double-sided tape. I'm just adding it along the you know, sides, and then in the four corners I will slightly reveal the papers just a teeny tiny bit, and add the dash of the glue just to help adhere it and position my paper perfectly on the card. This is something I've been doing and always saying, that the little drop of the glue will help you to move the paper around, and it will just make it all easier for you to make sure that your cards and layers are perfectly positioned, especially if you're going with the look where you have very thin frames and everything will be very visible. Here it's not as much as the case because it's white on white, so it's not gonna be as much visible. But if you have like a black frame and then you put like, you know, a white or lighter color piece, it always, you know, shouting to me when my card is not glued perfectly straight, and I can see that 1 millimeter difference, and it's just driving me nuts. So that's why I've been using that technique. Here I am adding additional layer of the foam tape for my panel. So the embossed piece, the embossed mat is been laying flat on the card, but this front panel I am adhering it with the foam tape. And my friends, oh, I'm so thankful that I haven't pressed hard. I've just gently put it and I left it, because in a minute I've actually changed my mind. So I'll be untouching this one. So I just gently press, not too much, and I left it aside because I wanted to create some leaves. And for my leaves I've decided to go with my own stamp set, which I've designed for the CRAFTSTASH. This is a CRAFTSTASH & Co collection with my own drawings, the stamp set, and it already has some dies included. So this is a die and stamp combo, and whoever will buy it, you will get the matching dies. But I've decided to hand cut my elements because on this stamp set, the flowers you can see here, there is no edge around it, so I just cut it right up to the stamped line. And the dies which I have in my set, they leave this teeny tiny bit of the border, so that's why you will see in a second I will take my scissors and I will just cut the leaves of the hand. But it's very easy. This is a very simple design, so it's easy to just follow the line. Now I'm coloring the leaves, and I add this self patina color, and then I add teeny tiny bit of this rustic wildness, because I just want to have a very delicate hint of the green, but not too much. I still wanted the leaves to appear to be like half pale from the top, and then have this very minty color attached to it. And here I was showing you that this is the set which also has the matching dies, which I've already mentioned. So I am following the lines. I am not moving my scissors. I am just turning the paper around, and this is very easy. It took me no time to just cut it, but thanks to it I was able to match my leaves with the flowers, because the flowers doesn't have the border, so I've decided I don't want to have a border on the leaves too. And once I will cut all the elements, I will go back with the finger dabber and teeny tiny bit of this brown color ink, just to get rid of those white edges and mask the area. If I wasn't, you know, precise enough and I left a little bit white piece sticking out, then I can color it and no one will know I didn't cut it perfectly. And this is also the time when I thought like, I was looking on the card, which is lying here on the right side, and I was like, oh, this is looking really pale. So I wonder if there is anything I can do to make it look, you know, better. And I came up with the idea that, you know what, I want to color the edges. So I'm gently pulling out, and this is a good idea, like just to let you know, my friends, it's very often I do that. I am putting the foam onto the panel, but I am not pressing it until I'm 100% sure that this is the way I want it to, for it to stay. So I gently pull it out, I put back those revealing strips so it's not gonna be, you know, gluing back to my hand while I'm holding it, and I distress the edges very, very gently, and I went with the same archival ink. This is a brown color ink, archival one. I have, I think it's called Rich Cacao. I'm not quite sure. Oh no, this is a potting soil. Sorry, I've just looked on the ink pad. This is a potting soil color, and I'm just going over the edges just to match them up with the whole theme of this, like, you know, brown color vintage look on the card. And I'm not making sure that this is just barely touching the edge. I'm not leaving the, you know, very much brown on the top of the card. I'm just concentrating around the edge just to help it stand out more from this embossed background. And here I am placing it back again, and you can see instantly this little extra step is just makes card appear a lot better. It's all of a sudden it's become a lot more dimensional, and everything is just looking nice. Here I wanted to give additional interest to my card as well, so I've decided to loop a little bit of this string. This is one of my favorite string. You've been seeing it in almost every single card, but I just love it. I find it such a nice way to add some extra, you know, interest to the card, and it's not as bulky as ribbon, and it's just something, you know, I like to work with. So I've decided to loop it 3 times. I am adding a little teeny tiny bit to the glue to one side. I don't wanna, you know, glue it all the way down because I will be adding the frame on top anyway, so there is no risk it's just gonna fall off, but I just wanted to stick it in one place so it will be held nicely. Now I am adding the hot glue to this chipboard frame, and this frame as well as the art sentiment I have for this card, they both coming from the Craft O'Clock company, which I've been work with for 3 seasons. I was in their design team, so I still got plenty of their products, and these are phenomenal. I just love those, especially the chipboard quotes. This is something I always loved to use, and I'm so happy I still got plenty of them to play with. So here are those flowers which were made from the vintage stamp set, which I'll give you the link to the digital form. The magazine itself, that was issue 67, I'm sorry, and now we are over the 100 issues, so that was a month back, a few years back actually, so I don't think that's even in sale anywhere unless someone is selling it like on the eBay or something. But just to let you know, the digital download is still available, and the link is down below. Here I am adhering my composition. I add those flowers and leaves and just put one leaf across the composition behind the word art. I think it's just giving this nice flow, and I'm gonna finish it off by adding this dramatic droplets, like this water effect, and I'm just playing with them. Firstly, what I like to do, I always like to, you know, spread them out, see if I like the design, and once I'm happy with it, I'm adding the glue. And I usually add either hot glue or glossy accent. I don't add any other glue behind the water droplets because I don't want the surface to get milky, because that's just ruining the you know, the whole design of the water droplets if you have the milky surface behind it. And because I have the distressed inks, I always like to use the hot glue, because the chances of the, you know, ink to transition back and melt a little bit to create the splatter behind the water droplet is much less when you use the hot glue. So I hope you enjoyed this inspiration. I hope this sparks some joy, and, you know, it makes you think like, oh, I've got some old stamp sets I haven't been using for a while or something, and you will decide to do something as well. If you do, please don't forget to share on the Drop of Inspiration group. If you've been inspired by my own creativity and you create something, please just share on the group so I'll know, I could see your beautiful creations as well. I will be coming back to you on my live classes. I have 2 live classes scheduled this week. So one will be on my YouTube channel tomorrow at 6 p.m. and then on a Sunday I will see you on my own Drop of Sunshine page. There is a change as well. I'll be no longer holding the classes on the CRAFTSTASH page, but they will be held on my own Drop of Sunshine page. All the links, everything is down below here in the description area, and I hope you will enjoy. Here I will show you a couple of the close-up looks so you could see how beautiful both of those cards has came out, and I hope you really enjoy them because I was enjoying creating them very, very much. Thank you so very much, and once again, my friends, I will be coming back to the YouTube to a full swing of creating the videos very, very shortly. I just need to, create a couple other things, and unfortunately the day is 24-hour long, so it's not enough time for everything. But I'm sending you my hugs. I am wishing you all the best, and stay blessed, and see you shortly. Bye bye.